Hey, Sel, I thought today we'd talk about being beyond the diet. So, understanding how to be successful with weight loss, body fat loss, body composition, whatever it is that you're after the age of 50. And the reason for this is I often scroll through social media, as I know you do as well too. And I often come across posts that say, I've just lost, for example, 25 kilos, and I did this through keto. And, I recommend this to every single person out there. You seen things like that as well too?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it's about a specific eating protocol, let's call it as such. But I think there's a lot more to it than just simply the way that that person ate. And firstly, got to say kudos to them because if weight loss was the thing that they were after, well done, you got it done, which is brilliant. But I think first and foremost, the thing that is often missed is this power of the decision that's being made, right? So the first thing is you've got this shift in your self perception. You're making a commitment to yourself and you're ready to make it a priority, your health, your fitness, your well being. And you're acknowledging that change is possible and it's also necessary. Is there
agreed.
anything you want to add with that?
No, I
No,
agree with
no?
all that.
I
Mm.
agree with all of it because I think then from there it moves into this mindfulness. So, and I think this is often the hidden ingredient to the whole thing about changing the way you eat or focusing more on having better body composition because it's about paying attention to, for example, your hunger cues, whether you're full, whether you're not, understanding more about your emotional triggers. And look, let's face it, those emotional triggers can go right back to childhood. Um, and I think you're making a conscious choice about the quality of the food that you're eating. You're being more present with the meals that you're eating. And you're also recognizing different patterns in your eating behaviors. Do you think there's more to mindfulness than that?
I think too, outside factors with your mindfulness, just being aware, is there anyone around you that's trying to sabotage?
Okay, yeah, outside factors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
like that. Yeah, yeah. Hadn't thought about that one at all as well. Because I know with my grandkids that are now living with me because they've been in a situation where they didn't necessarily have food all the time. It's like and they're scoffing into it. So it's
Mm.
been, the last 6 months to just get them to slow down and say, you understand that you've got food available to you, that you don't have to eat it so quickly. And so hopefully, these lessons that they're learning now are going to take them into later life as well too.
Yeah.
I think also there's maybe an unintended benefit from going to a specific eating protocol, and that could be that calorie equation. So you could be eating less and expending more. So you could be doing that through, getting rid of certain food groups, as an example. You might be eating less sugar.
Hmm.
You might be taking on like, for example, an intermittent fasting protocol. So you're eating in a specific window, which means you're probably not eating as much because you've
Hmm.
reduced the time that you're eating in. I think there's a focus also on whole, nutritious food. Probably you've got some type of planning going on in advance,
Hmm.
and you're probably more aware of the portion sizes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anything
Mm.
else that you think I've missed there?
No, covered
No,
everything.
covered it
Yeah.
all. Um, and I think also then there's things like you're probably drinking more water. And if you're drinking more water, you're probably feeling fuller and you're less likely to be eating more. You're probably not snacking as much as well.
Mm,
And you're probably having more meals at home.
yeah.
And when you go out, you're probably more thoughtful in the choices that you're making at restaurants or takeaways or the likes.
Hmm. Mm.
Yep.
I think too with the snacking, you're probably sleeping better, which means you're not
Oh,
going in, you're not, I know in menopause it's terrible. You're waking up at, 2 in the morning. Oh, I'll just have a little chocolate because I'm awake. So, um,
I might as well.
but yeah, um, but yeah, I think with the snacking, it can, it, it can lead into better sleep and it will stop that late night snacking.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that with anybody who's posting this up on social media, they've also got that social connection. So they've got that outside support as well, which I
Hmm.
think is really important because they're being accountable to their audience. They're connecting with other people who might be going through the same type of thing. They're getting encouragement. They might be seeing somebody else and being inspired by someone else as well too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. I think also what's important to mention is because we are talking about women over the age of 50, and as you said, menopause, postmenopause, I think it's really, really important that we mention the hormonal changes that are going on.
Hmm.
So considering, those consistent eating patterns, prioritizing our protein, our fiber, nutrient dense foods. And you've already said this, managing our sleep better because
Hmm.
let's face it, when you're going through menopause, can be just totally off the charts.
Chaotic.
Yeah,
Mm.
chaotic is a good word. Yeah. I also think that stress, because those hormones are in flux as well too, stress can be a big thing, and that we want to really, really be conscious of including regular movement because we may not be getting as much good quality sleep. We probably want to sit more or rest more as well too. So we've got to focus on getting moving a lot more. And Mother Nature, let's face it, she's terrible to us because she tells us it's okay to slow down. But the reality is this is the time that we really do need to ramp it up. I mean, the
Yeah,
sooner we start taking care of ourselves and getting into those healthy lifestyle choices, the better we are as we age. But if you're anything like me and didn't leave it till later in life, then you've got a lot of catch up work to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything you'd want to add about that?
I just want to add though, but that you just said you've got a lot of catch up to do, but don't look at that as a reason not to do it.
Mm, definitely
That can
not.
be very daunting, but as you said, at the end of the day, how do we want to live in 20 years' time, 30 years' time?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things that I was just reading about post traumatic stress in kids the other day was how good yoga was prior to bed. And how it impacts the quality of sleep. And it was an amazing statistic. And I just thought to myself, So I've actually been doing that with the kids. We've been doing yoga every night, and oh my goodness, huge difference in these kids, but not just the kids, us as well too.
Yeah,
So they're sleeping longer, they're not waking up, straight away, and they're not, dragging the chain or feeling it. They've got a lot more pep in their step. And I know that
yeah,
we have as well too.
yeah,
So that's a great thing to know that, just
yeah.
10 minutes of a quick little yoga session can help with sleep.
That's so good.
And I think we become really focused on that scale. And you've already alluded to this, that we've got to start thinking about all the other things.
Yeah,
Do we have more energy? Is the sleep better? Are we feeling happier in ourselves? Do we feel more confident? Are we having a better relationship with food? I don't know. The list could go on and on and on. Is there
mm.
anything else you really think that women should think about outside
Your
of that?
relation. your relationship with your family and the people around you,
Yep.
because we know that with menopause can sometimes come that rage, and it's just,
Yeah.
everything frustrates you and gets on your nerves and all that sort of
It
thing.
does.
So it's interesting to, take note of that. How are you feeling around other people? Are you feeling better around other people? Are you happier around other people? Are you more
Yeah.
relaxed? Are you
Yes.
less stressed
Yes.
around other people? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Less irritated.
Less wanting to punch something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think some of the key takeaways from this is making you are making a genuine commitment to change.
Yeah.
You're developing more mindfulness and awareness. You are creating sustainable habits rather than just an eating protocol. So think about it from that perspective. Is it something that you're just planning on doing for 4 weeks?
Yeah.
It's not about that. It needs to be sustainable. You are probably building a supportive community around you, and you are understanding and working on your body's needs, and that you need to celebrate the non-scale victories.
Yes.
Yeah. And if I was going to say anything, I'd say get a tape measure out and measure around your tummy,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's a better indication than jumping on those scales. And your
Definitely.
clothes, your clothes are going to
Mm.
tell you as well too. And getting those regular health checks, so how is your blood pressure, how is your glucose levels, all of those things. They're going to tell you what's going on from the inside. And let's face it, it is about what's happening inside, because the
Yeah.
inside radiates out.
Yes.
Mm.
Definitely.
Anything you want to finish with?
I just want to go back to the sustainability comment you made, because, yes, while we have these different diet programs that we can follow, often they're only followed for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think it's very important to be aware that even though if we follow them for 4 weeks and we lose 10 kilos, what have you got in playing? What have you got in place for when that finishes,
Yeah, absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
continue your weight loss or to continue your maintenance?
Mm, mm. I mean, we've had a new client start with us this week, and that was one of the things that we were talking about in our first session. It was just a coaching call, it wasn't anything more than that, and we were just talking about, how she did want to lose weight, and we were going down and talking more about body composition, and from there. I moved into, well, what are you currently eating? She was telling me, and I mean, she's eating quite well. It was just tweak this little thing and tweak this little thing, and just be consistent with that.
Mm,
Because when I asked her the question, what type of things have you done in the past? The answer was, you name it, I've done it.
mm.
So, and we don't want to be those girls.
No.
So the most effective diet is the one that's going to support our overall well-being, and that we can maintain a healthy, balanced lifestyle.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me, Sal.
Thanks for having me as always.
You are very welcome, and we will see you all very soon, ladies. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.